let's turn now to our first alert weather at 5:17 this morning. We were saying chilly start to the day today.
Right. In where I'm from, the wind was biting, no question about it.
Yeah.
But Matt, I can't believe we're seeing snow, ice on the ground as well.
Right. Yeah, that's right. It depends on where you're coming in from here. A scattered light dusting of snow last night was just enough for a few slick spots this morning. I'm going to highlight that for you in a second. Today's cold. Tomorrow's not. Tomorrow's going to be about 20 degrees warmer than today. And there's still no signs yet of a southern New England white Christmas when we look at the 10-day, which now goes out to the 23rd. Temperatures are cold this morning at about 25 degrees or so in most spots. It's 30 at Norwood. The only spot that still has a couple flurries showing up on radar, they've just moved outside of Chatham's Outer Harbor, and they continue to move over the ocean. Dry air is taking over. No new snow will come down. But if you look at the precipitation over the last 12 hours, and it's radar estimated, but it's doing a really good job. We got snow showers in the overnight that put down a little dusting when you get to Antrim, when you get to Manchester, New Hampshire. But it's not just New Hampshire. This came out to the seacoast, but crossed the state line. Essex County very much into a dusting of snow during the overnight. You say, well, a dusting, what's that? You'll see when you get out there on the roads. Any back roads that have not been treated are going to have a little bit of a problem here this morning. It's going to be a little bit slick. You got to keep the speed under control. Be careful when you're going around the curves. Once you get to Woburn, if you're coming in from the north, once you hit Woburn, it's all done. You didn't get anything on the ground. You can see that here in the estimate. Although it did pick up again around Hudson and around Worcester, a couple stripes of very light snow that came down during the overnight. And then when you get to the Outer Cape, we had some as well. So if you're not in those areas I just showed you, you really didn't get any snow during the overnight. It was part of that cold front we had talked about with a couple of snow showers that were going to come through. They're gone now. The cold front's through, obviously, right? And you get that new cold air that's in place. Huge, sprawling area, high pressure. And this is what I've been telling you the last couple of days. Is really going to have dry air for days on end for us here, at least until Sunday evening, the way it looks. It is still breezy. The wind's blowing steady, about 15 miles an hour. That creates a wind chill of 18 in Boston. Most of us have a wind chill in the teens. And when I look at the wind chill forecast today, I said it gets better, but not by a lot. At 9 a.m., you can find where you're going to be. Wind chills generally somewhere around 20. At lunchtime, the wind chill is around 25. And when the kids are getting out of school, your wind chill's in the 20s, which is where it'll be this evening as well. So actual highs today get into the 30s. But again, it doesn't matter on the body because you get the wind blowing. Overnight tonight, you're down to the 20s. And tomorrow, I mentioned you're 20 degrees warmer. The wind shifts. So you start to get on the warmer side of things here as warmth comes around the north side of that high pressure. But the air's still dry. Saturday's going to be dry and fair. Sunday, the clouds are in, but the rain holds off until we get toward late day and evening. It will rain Sunday night. It will rain into Monday, for that matter, as well. We may end up hoisting a first alert on Monday. Usually, if it's going to have some sort of impact on your commute, we're going to put that up. And I think there's a good chance it would impact the morning commute. But admittedly, at 5 days out, also humble enough to say that you might get a little change in timing there. Either way, you can see it brings warmth with it. And then you're kind of seasonable or even just a little bit warmer than normal through next week. I just don't see any big white Christmas storm chance in southern New England, at least through the 23rd.